Military officials are reviewing plans that would cut the number of U.S. troops deployed to Guantanamo Bay Naval Base in Cuba to handle detained migrants by as much as half. I guess the key question is how many prisoners enter Guantanamo Bay on a yearly basis? Because, I mean, if you have more prison guards than prisoners, you know? Because there are no detainees there now. Oh shit, there's nobody there. Well, why'd y'all wait so long to yank troops out then? Because there are no detainees there now, and the program has stumbled during legal challenges. There was that whole thing about like waterboarding all those years ago and stuff like that, which I 100% support. If we're trying to get answers from someone, and especially if it's a fucking terrorist, yeah, we doing that shit. U.S. officials said the military Southern Command was asked to give Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth a plan that would outline how many troops are actually needed and what additional space may be required if more detainees are sent there. Well, as of right now, there's no one there. So, I figured it'd be just as easy as deploying to Afghanistan or Iraq, right? If you need us there, send us there. And if we're not needed there, we're not there. It's just plain right, man. So, I don't really see... That plan, said officials, is expected to recommend that a number of the troops be sent home. And one official said the decision could chop the 900 troops there now in half. What exactly are the soldiers doing at Guantanamo Bay? There's no prisoners. I doubt they go out on the town, right? I don't know much about the soldiers there or what they do or what they're allowed to do, but I doubt they go for a night out on the town, right? So they pretty much stay isolated to the installation. To the base. No prisoners to guard, or barely any prisoners to guard or do anything with. You have a good majority of soldiers that what? They wake up, they do PT, and then what? What's their daily routine? Not being facetious, I'm just curious. Like, what are they doing? I have to assume they're bored out of their mind. Get those guys out of there. Send them somewhere better, more fun, where they can actually do something. Or maybe they're happy being there and they're just chilling. It's like a vacation. I don't know. The official spoke on condition of anonymity because the decisions are not yet finalized. Southern Command is preparing options that would address the fact that there have been no migrants transferred to the base since early March. But the administration has warned that future high-threat detainees may be sent to the base. Okay, and then when those detainees are sent to the base, you pull some troops and send them to Guantanamo. That's it. And then just hold the detainees until the troops get there. That's it. Have them in limbo until the troops get there, establish their shit, and then have the detainees get there. It's easy. It's not that hard. I promise you. And I speak from experience because I've worked inside of a detainment facility before. The base is best known for housing foreigners associated with the September 11th, 2001 attacks, but it has a separate facility used for decades to hold migrants intercepted trying to reach the U.S. by sea. That use had been expanded recently to include some of the migrants swept up in President Donald Trump's border campaign to secure the southern border. Trump has said he will send the worst criminal migrants to Guantanamo Bay, but civil rights attorneys say many detainees transferred there don't have a criminal record, and that the administration has exceeded its authority in violation of U.S. immigration law. I don't understand. Whatever. A judge recently ruled against immigration and civil rights advocates who sued over the transfers, but it largely hinged on the fact that at the current time, there were no migrant detainees being held there. Meanwhile, the 900 troops at the base have little to do. Like I figured, there are roughly 500 Army soldiers, it sucks, nearly 300 Marines, and several dozen sailors and airmen deployed to the base for the detainee program. Officials said the new Southern Command plan will likely send a significant number home, but they or others may be told to be prepared to deploy if needed. Like I said, currently nearly 800 additional U.S.-based soldiers are already on prepare to deploy orders and could be sent to the base quickly if needed. Yeah, see, it's not hard. Y'all got a handle on it. It's perfect. Civil rights attorneys sued the Trump administration this month to prevent it from transferring 10 migrants detained in the U.S. Guantanamo Bay, filing statements from men held there who said they were mistreated in conditions that one of them called a living hell. That's funny because just about every time an enemy has captured an American troop, an American soldier, that's exactly what y'all did to him. So I kind of don't give a shit. Fuck your rights. To be honest, We don't have rights if y'all capture us. And especially if it's Taliban, Al-Qaeda, we're getting decapitated. We fucking feed you fuckers, so fuck your living hell. You're alive, right? Be happy about that, civil rights attorneys. More like vaginers is what it should be. Vaginers sued Trump. The judge indicated a willingness to revisit the issue if and when the government sends more detainees to Guantanamo. He said he wouldn't set a timeline for how quickly the government has to tell him of future transfers. U.S. authorities say they began transferring migrants to Guantanamo Bay with the first military transport flight out of Fort Bliss on February 4th. Initial flights transported Venezuelans, a prelude to the transfer of 177 detainees from Guantanamo Bay to Venezuela, with a brief stopover in Honduras. Living hell, that's funny. They mistreated us. Wah, wah, wah. I expect to get mistreated if I get captured by another country for fucking around. Wouldn't you guys? I could understand if you were just going to the grocery store, just a good-to-do person, you get scooped up, get sent to Guantanamo Bay and get tortured. That's wrong, man. That's hella wrong. But that's not the case for about 100% of you. Y'all fucked around. And you know what they say about fucking around. There's a 100% chance that if you don't do it, you also don't find out. Long story short, Guantanamo Bay at this current juncture is pretty much useless at the moment, until it has a reason to not be useless, which means an influx of new detainees, which they don't have at the moment. So a lot of these soldiers are either going home or are going to be on standby orders, or they're just going home and they're going to just get sent to another unit that quite possibly needs them, because this whole operation right here doesn't need the large amount of troops that it currently has. And if in the future it ever needs any more troops, it's easy. It's just a C-130 or a C-17 plane ride. That's it. You're there. Was it a hard job handling prisoners? No. It's physically not hard. Mentally, somewhat difficult. I had an experience where a detainee spit in my face. I had to do everything within my power to not beat his ass. But I got my get back. Eventually he got hungry. And he's of that culture. And you know what they don't eat? Pork. He eventually got hungry. I was like, oh, okay. Fantastic. I got you, bro. I really do got you. You're in good hands today. Went to the dining facility and I brought this motherfucker nothing but pork, beef, chicken, all that shit. He didn't eat it. He went hungry. Fuck him.